What's up, boys and girls? We are live, and we got a nice little slate today. So Smitty had to step away real quick, but he's here. Um, he's going to have to be using that Raider flag to wipe tears again this year.
All right,
I'm back. He's back. All right. So how we living, Smitty? How we living, buddy?
Good. I'm ready for a long weekend. It'll be nice.
Nice. All right. Cool. Well, as usual, we got one or two pitchers with all the ownership. So we got Mr. Snell. Let's just start. Let's just get him out of the way. What are you doing, Mr. Snell, tonight?
I'm just playing him tonight. The matchup, the park, it's too good.
Yeah, I said the same. Like it's really going to come down, I think, to how you combo him, right? Like who you mix and match him with, right? It's just that lineup. I hate playing that much ownership in SE, and I might pivot a pitcher or two, but I mean he's for sure going to be my 3 max. So, and then let's talk about the other big guys. What are you going to do with Framber and Kirby?
I don't mind either. I have Snell as so much of a priority that I'm just kind of mixing and matching who I'm getting to for my SP2.
Yep. So I love Kirby tonight. He's hardly owned. Right, the Angels are not good. In case you guys haven't been watching baseball, the Angels aren't very good at all. And then who are you going value pitcher today?
I like McGill going against the White Sox. That's probably my top value today.
Yeah. So yeah, that's there for me. So yeah, I'm not going to Pablo. I'm not going to Gosman. Gray's my issue with Gray is he's going to get limited, right? He's just coming back, right? They're just going to stretch him out. The one spot, and it's gross, man, because it's Coors, but I don't hate Suarez tonight just because he's only $6,200. If he can, that lineup K's at such a high rate. Like if I'm going to punt down, it's probably to Suarez today.
Yeah, I don't mind going there.
Yeah, like again, nothing crazy, but right? What if he goes and only gives up a run or two and gets you 8 strikeouts, right? At $6,200, you just crushed. So. Cool. Awesome. All right. Any other pitchers you're going with?
No, not really. That's the majority of my pool. I would have interest in Lively if he wasn't 8,100. He's just too expensive.
Cool. Yep. So that works. Well, let's go look at some hitters. Let's go look at some lineups and some matchups and do all the fun stuff. Any games that like really stand out to you tonight?
I like the Mets, but it's really just one-sided.
So what are you going to do with the Cards and Yanks?
I like the Cardinals. I think Marcus Stroman's been one of the worst pitchers in the league this year. The lefties especially get a park upgrade going into Yankee Stadium. So I really like getting to Cardinals, and I kind of thought they'd get some ownership, but I'm showing them with literally none. So I really like that side of it.
Yeah, same. There's nobody I just talked about that, right? Like I really like the Yankees there just because again, nobody's using them. I like Glaber up top, right? At $4,400. Again, Soto, Judge is up $7,200. It's lunacy. So I would even consider pitting a Jazz tonight. I really like Jazz. And the spot Jazz is in. So, and then Stanton splits versus what Fetty throws is kind of nice. I like Brian Reynolds for the Pirates tonight. I think it's a good matchup for him against Lively.
Yeah, he's my highest owned Pirate. I'm not getting to a ton, but I don't mind mixing them in, especially some of their value guys. And then you throw in Reynolds, and you got a pretty high upside stack.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to go there. I don't hate that spot. I don't mind J-Ram, but he's $6,500. But he's gonna show well against Valter. So,
yep.
What do you think of? I'm going to avoid the Rangers versus a lefty. Their splits are just. I get they're at home and they're a different team at home, but man, those splits versus lefties is oof.
Yeah, same here. I don't really love either team in this matchup. I don't hate getting to some Robbie Grossman, but that's pretty much it.
They made freaking Rooker $5,600.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so when I wrote this up this morning, I said, "Hey, I like Grossman." The problem is when he's batting third, he's going to get steamed to no end.
Yep.
So, like, that's my issue with it. So that, like I said, that's a spot I don't like. I don't. I like Framber. The matchup, is solid here, but if he continues getting steamed up, I'd understand playing a one-off Witt, maybe a one-off Garcia. I don't hate punting down to Gentry. They got Gentry up now. He's only 2K.
Yeah. As of right now, I'm pretty overweight on KC stacks. I think it's just mainly because I'm playing Snell, so I just got to get different somewhere.
That makes sense. Yep. And then Jordan finally turned it on, much to your detriment, right? Like,
yeah.
For those that have listened all year, Smitty had a tractor trailer load of Jordan and best ball, and right, and then now on the finals, right, he's just going off.
Yep.
So that those are the choices we make. Blue Jays Twins. I like the Twins. They're my cards this year, though. I've just missed. Like I had a couple good slates, but overall I haven't hit them. But man, I like this spot for them at home today. Larnick's $3,100, Wallner's $3,600, Julian's 27, right? Like you can play that top 5 stack so cheap. And if you do that, right, especially if you use like Julian, Wallner, Larnick, right, Lewis, then, even if you skip Lewis, right, you can slam like a Judge Soto in, Judge Shohei in, right, if you want to go up on those tonight.
Yeah, I like that. The Twins' run total is pretty solid, too, for going against Gossman. I just like how cheap they are, and Royce is your most expensive bat, and he's still not expensive as he should be. So I think they look pretty good.
Yeah, I like that spot. I think we're both probably all over the Mets, and I'm hoping Coors takes some ownership off of them. I really like Vientos tonight, right? Vientos in that third spot. I'll be shocked if he doesn't make all my lineups today at third base. So that's a spot I really like. It's hard not to like them tonight.
Yeah, the Mets have been hot. They're going against one of the worst bullpens and probably close to the worst pitcher on the slate. So it's pretty tough to avoid them. I'm kind of like you. I'm hoping Colorado and Baltimore get some more ownership throughout the night.
Yeah, and they're Alvarez is like grossly mispriced. So like super mispriced tonight for a catcher at $3,100. He should not be $3,100 versus the Sox like that. I like that side. I'm not touching Tyler McGill even against the Sox, like hard pass. Listen, I get it. It's the O's. You better have exposure, right? Like nobody's going to be shocked if they score 17 runs tonight. Like nobody will be like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming. And they're priced accordingly. I mean, the one spot you're probably going to be able to save a little money is Slater. But, right, I mean, Santander's, through the roof. Gunner's through the roof. Rutch is through the roof. But, again, I think they're just going to smoke them. And the weather is fantastic in Colorado right now.
Yeah. My lineups are just more towards Snell and getting away from Coors. So I don't have a ton, but I think they look good. They're in a good spot. They have a 6.5 implied total. So if you want to play,
yeah, I mean, right. I mean, if they scored 15 runs, nobody would be surprised. They'd be like, okay, like we saw that coming, right? And that's what you're hoping if on game 3, if you go the other way, we want to see like, hey, maybe they only score 5 or 6 and it's spread out.
Yep.
Right, and then get lucky. Pass on. Like I said, I don't mind trying a little Suarez. That lineup, that K rate, that lineup, it's worth chucking it for me. The other side is, it's Kirby for me versus the Angels. I get Rendon doesn't strike out a ton, but the rest of that lineup, Nolan's been okay, but the rest of that lineup case too much for me to not throw Kirby today.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
What do you think of Mr. Aldegari over on the other side?
I'm getting to some Mariners bat. As of right now, I'm getting to some. I show them with some ownership, but they just have pretty good value bats and a good matchup.
Yep, I get that. I don't think Shohei falls below 7K for the rest of the year. So I think they're just going to keep him and Judge there, which doesn't shock me. I don't mind going down to Muncie tonight, versus Gallen. I don't hate a little D-back leverage off of Kershaw, right? Kershaw's still working his way back, but I'm not in love with them like I was. So
yeah, that's about where I am. I think the Dodgers are fine if you get there. No one's going to argue it, but they're not really my priority stack on this slate.
for sure,
That means they'll probably go off.
Yeah, well, and let's talk about that, right? Like, I get it's the park, right? The terrible total, all that stuff, but like, if you're playing any kind of 20 max and up, you have to put at least one Marlins lineup in. Like, you have to, right? You got to have one on principle. They don't cost anything. You can add anyone or anything else afterwards, just to offset some of the Snell ownership. I also think there's there's a road where Snell K's 8 but walks 3 or 4, right? And then doesn't get all the way there. So that's what you're kind of hoping. And again, I don't like using the Giants at home. The park sucks to hit in.
Yeah, that's about where I am too. I think getting to some Marlins makes sense, and I think the Giants would look really good in another park, but at home and just hard to get excited.
For sure. All right. Cool. And then that's what we got for the slate. So who you like going yard tonight? Who you on?
I'm going to go with Brandon Nimmo.
Oh, man, you took a Met too. I was going Vientos. So I just think his price is a little off. And then the other price I think is massively off at MGM is Jazz. Jazz shouldn't be plus 600. So Jazz to go yard plus 600 there, I think is a ton of value versus the Cards tonight in Fede.
Yep.
So I think that's just a line that's missed. Cool. All right. We will talk to you soon. Later. Oh, I'm not going to stop. We got a D-backs lineup. I'm going to go look. Hold on. Let's give them a tease on the D-backs lineup. See it. Nope. Still not going there. All right. It's what I expected, right? Perdomo, Grichuk, Gurriel, Bell, McCarthy. So,
yeah.
Moved Corbin down, so because of the lefty, so it doesn't shock me. I was hoping maybe we see something weird where it saves, get some salary savings.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Have a good night, buddy.
You too.